I wanted to make this video about perspective as I found this particularly interesting. I make traditional oil paintings and I've got some big narrative projects coming up, so I'm experimenting with using 3D software to map out my compositions. This is my initial sketch, which has developed into this after I dropped in some 3D figures. And you can imagine the perspective looking something like this. I like this because of how it places my figures. You can see the rule of thirds, and it makes us feel like we're one of the people in this scene. But when I try to align my placements into this 3D software, the perspective is completely different. And my perspective might not be perfect, but I don't see any glaring issues. But notice this steep angle on what is going to become a pool of water. The drawing feels much more natural to me. When I try to change my angle, it then causes more issues, like the horizon line going below the table. And I have plans to add in more figures, but the foreshortening is just so intense here. Now, I can change the perspective inside of this software where I can widen the perspective, but then that only increases the foreshortening, which I don't want. And if I decrease the perspective, then all the angles are more parallel, which constrains everything and feels less natural to me. Do I let the machine become the authority on what is right? Or do I trust in my own intuition? Do I trust in the machine? Or should I just do what I want, even if my drawing is riddled with mistakes? And I think that's a dilemma that's common to all of us. As we use powerful tools like this, I think it's important that we're in command over the tool and not slaves to the tool itself. And for hundreds of years, artists have done incredible things without computers. Yeah, I don't think it's good to view our references or tools as our God. Let them advise you, but don't let it take the brush from your creative hand. And I also find it encouraging that it does appear that there is an acceptable margin of error here. I think with the rise of technology, we're in this robot AI craze right now, but I think that even with all of the mistakes that we make, we're going to value human efforts towards beauty much more. My takeaway here is to create what you want and also to continue to train your eyes to see so that you can trust in them. You can maintain authority over the tools that you allow yourself to use. Now, I did figure out a solution to this. By setting my viewport further back, I could keep the perspective I want, but essentially reduce the foreshortening. Then I exported the image and scaled it to size, and now the placement and the perspective is much more aligned. But yeah, that's what I learned today, and I hope this was beneficial for you. I've been really excited to work on this project in particular because there's just this long-standing tradition of classical art depicting these biblical scenes. And I think that there's a lot that we can contribute today with the amount of history, archaeology that we've since uncovered in the modern age. So I'll keep you updated as things progress. Have a beautiful day.